been coming online for a lot of people within my circles, and it's something that I've been into, is this idea of like purpose, like the soul purpose. Like, what is my purpose here? And I thought it was to be a teacher. I thought it was to be like a Kundalini esoteric teacher. I thought it was to be like a healer at one point, doing like energy work and Reiki and Thai massage and studying the body. I thought it was my job or my career within Sacred Sons, or even whatever your vocation is. And what I've realized, it's not about my vision. It's not about my art. It's not about any project that I do or identify with. Like, the purpose can't be defined. It's not about identification. And this is like a trap that a lot of people fall into, myself included, is where I mistake my soul for all of these kind of things in this world. And like one of the teachers that I study, he calls this like the fake desire soul. It's like this little charlatan within. It's like this vital part of the ego that hijacks anything for its own purpose to make itself feel better and special. Like, oh, I want to feel special. I want to feel seen. So I'm going to do these things. And most oftentimes it falls under the pretext of being of service to others. And like what I've realized as I continue to study and be sincere on this path is that, like, the true soul, the true essence of my being, like this psychic being within me, like it could care less about any of my outer accomplishments and successes and failures within this world. It's not identified with what I do as a human being. It's beyond the pains, the desires, and the pleasures of this life. It's not some like grandioso, like service to others ideal that I can identify with. And we can see this in like the new age stuff that's been coming online for the past, for a long time now. But like, there's like the star seeds, the light workers, these wanderers, these different types of gurus and healers who are all identifying with some grand mission I'm on a mission to wake the people up in this world. I'm here to give them the blue pill. I'm here to change and save the world, like one person at a time, through one breathwork ceremony at a time. I'm going to save the world. These are all egoic desires. And they all feed in this part of the ego that wants to feel special and seen and validated. The soul doesn't want any of that shit. If anything, the soul purpose is in union with the divine, with life itself. It's like a purity in the aspiration to surrender over to this divine energy that flows through all things, to this God that created this experience for us, without bargaining, without desire, without attachment, without craving or grasping for things out of hope or fear, trying to fill some void within the self. It just is that. It's like a state of being. And when we create that state of being, this is like the internal job. This is the work that we're doing, essentially, is like a pathway to get this going and to experience it. And yes, once we do get to this space, once we touch it and we understand it, we've embodied more of our soul into our experience, into our beingness, then it can come through all of these areas. So it comes through me doing this work. It comes through me when I'm leading certain types of sessions, or I'm creating experiences. Like, yeah, the soul purpose is there because the soul purpose is embodied in my being. It's not in these things that I create external of myself. And that comes through in all areas of life. It's not just when I'm here on the Zoom meeting with you guys and my soul essence comes through me, but it can be there when I'm washing the fucking dishes. It can be there when I'm sweeping my house. It can be there when I'm, walking down the street and someone is there and needs support and needs help. the purpose can be online within my being at all moments, and it's undefinable. It doesn't need to be anything. It's completely fulfilled within itself. But if we think that our soul purpose is a thing that we need to do, or it needs to be some big thing that I identify with, some big task, or it's some big mission, I got to write this book, that's my fucking purpose, like, or if it's in my self-image, my need to tell or show others, then it gets intermixed with these egoic desires. And this becomes a lower nature type of thing. And this is where people get hijacked in terms of their process of awakening. They hit like step number 4, and then they get stuck there. And now they're hustling transformational shit their whole lives, but they're not really doing the deep inner work. They're not really bringing like the soul purpose online, their authentic essence into their body, like rooted into the flesh. With their feet are in hell and their head is in heaven. It's like we got to have both of that shit connected. So yeah, I hope that's kind of helpful in terms of, you know, as we will move through the king archetype and we're talking about this purpose piece. And this has been a conversation that's been floating around me a lot these past couple weeks. And this is the times we live in. It's easy for us. We're living in the times of like the time of transition in the esoteric teachings. It's the age of Kali Yuga, which is the age of darkness, is all the shit's coming up essentially. And there's a lot of like this, it's very easy for us to fall into this like charlatan kind of space, materialism, like spiritual materialism, people wearing their ayahuasca ceremonies as a fucking badge on their arm. All this kind of shit this is the times we live in. And we can see the division that happens politically in our world. This is where we're supposed to be right now. And it's a beautiful time to exist and be doing this work, because the work is fucking everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. You can't get enough of it. I'm projecting on people constantly still. It's still revealing to me parts of myself that need to be, restored and reconnected to. And I'm not here to fucking save the world. I'm here to be all of what my essence came here to be, and bring that into my body, into my flesh, and allow that to transform who Andrew is. Because once Andrew's dead and gone, that essence is going to continue onwards. That energy is going to just continue moving. I'm here to bring that energy through and allow it to shift and change and emanate from me. That's my fucking purpose.